Okay, so it is December 6th. Yeah. And we've had a few more little progress things happen. We kind of have we had like maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks in there that we didn't do much of anything besides maybe order some things. So we have the tile for the east side of the studio, or actually I think it is ready for pickup. So that'll probably not happen until the new year, because again, it's December, holiday season, it's not gonna happen. But let me give you a sneak peek as to what has happened in the last 2 days, and then some exciting news following that. So our butcher block countertop is in, and it looks snazzy, and we've got the sink. Look at this, guys. Just super happy with that. The sink is hooked up, and then we also have a toilet, which also works. Brand spanking new. Look at that. So, as you can see, we decided last minute to just leave the overhang there, because basically our plan for this space is to put in a 5 cube by 5 cube IKEA white cube storage, basically. Classic IKEA cube storage, because I think it's going to store my card stuff. So unfolded cards, packaged cards, and then this corner will be kind of like where I fold, package, ship out cards from. And so this little space could store things, or we could put a little stool or something underneath it. And then all my card stuff will be accessible. And then we'll have filming stuff also stored in there, because this corner will be filming. But doesn't that look so good? So basically what we need to do is we need to stain this in the coming days. And we bought a stain that is similar. I think it's like similar to one of the, it's not like dark, it's a little bit in between. It's not the super light either, but obviously the counter right now is a lot lighter, and we want to go for something that's going to match that. So it'll be darker in value, but I think it'll look good. And then I'm hoping we can use these, but basically I have these doorknobs, cabinet knobs, whatever, that were actually in the old, if you watched all my videos, you know that this room had basically a countertop and storage along this whole wall, and these were on it. They're actually porcelain knobs. So I'd love to use those. They're white, they would look good, but I don't know how they're gonna work on like the thin cabinet doors, because they're a lot wider. We'll have to cut them down or something, I don't know. But they should work good on these, so hopefully we can install those. But basically that's not going to stop us from the next thing I want to talk about. So I think it still hasn't quite sunk in yet, but once we stain this countertop, this space is like ready for move-in. Like, I can't even like believe it. So basically what I've been doing is organizing the 2 major spots in our house that have like a bunch of my art supplies just everywhere. Like our current film studio and our bedroom is just a complete disaster, and so I've been organizing brushes, pastels, pencils, filming gear, throwing away a bunch of trash and just like getting rid of stuff. And I need to also do that with another part of our house that is currently my husband's office / little area that I want it to be my tea room, because I love tea. But right now it's just packed full with, again, studio stuff. So that is gonna happen in the next week. Me sort of going through, putting piles of different supplies, throwing away stuff I really am not gonna use or need, or giving away stuff I don't use or need. Like all of that needs to happen. And that's kind of the first few steps to then moving into this space. And of course, my husband and I are gonna spend like a whole day coming up in the next few weeks, where we basically are going to just spend an entire day. Someone will take the kid and we can organize what's in the garage currently right now, which is the majority of my art supply stuff and art studio stuff. Again, a lot is gonna be thrown away, a lot's gonna be given away, but I just wanna be able to lay out, like, these are all my brushes, these are all my paints, these are all my mixed media supplies, this is all my paper, this is all, what do I keep, what do I use, what do I not think I'm gonna use, and organize it all. So that's the next step, guys. Like, I'm basically able to move into this space. It's kind of ridiculous. Okay, it's December 21st, and this is what we have. An IKEA shelf ready for storing stuff. Woohoo! And a stained but not finished countertop, and I'll explain why in a second. And then we've got knobs from the old cabinets put in, thanks to my dad for helping us do that. But doesn't that look nice? Now, the thing with the counter, this side actually looks good. It matches the floor. We had some issues just with like being able to see like the brush strokes. You can see over here. There's just like some dark patches, and some of it's the wood soaking it up, and some of it's just because we had to go around the sink, having to sort of like redo it. Now this has been sanded because I think we're gonna sand it back to kind of like this over the whole thing, and then re-stain with a paper towel or a brush, or not a brush, paper towel or a cloth instead of a brush. So we're hoping to get it, and we kind of like this rustic look, but I think this is too light, this is too dark, so it's like something that's kind of in between. Hey guys, it is January 18th, and in the last 2 days, we've made tons of progress in this back studio room. So I want to give you a little preview of things in process before I thought I better film something before it's just like done, because there's no stopping me. So first thing, we have finished this countertop, or at least close. We got maybe one more layer of polyurethane, but we've managed to sort of fix the streakiness that we had from the stain, and make it a little bit more rustic looking by sanding it back a little bit more. And then we didn't end up doing another layer of stain. We just sanded and then did 2 layers of polyurethane. So we need at least one more layer. We'll see if we like it from there. But I'm loving it. Like, it turned out good. It matches the floor pretty well in my opinion. So super happy about that. And then we got our IKEA shelf built and put in. So you can see how much storage we get. It's a 5x5. And then we also moved all of our film stuff, pardon the mess. We moved all our film stuff from our bedroom, where we were doing all our YouTube video content, and brought it out here yesterday. So look at that. It's a little messy, but we got a rug down. We've got, what else? I bought the boxes for the IKEA thing, which again, because of COVID and stuff, it's so hard to get anything you want when you want. We have to learn patience. And so a lot of IKEA stuff is like, you have to order online, and there's even things you can't order yet because they just don't have them yet. But yeah, I did get that all ready, and right now I am putting together I'm getting all my card stuff. I make my artwork into cards and sell those. And I've got my little drawer here for my packaging stuff. I'm gonna put my little printer up here for printing labels. And then this is gonna mostly store all my card styles up here. And then maybe card, like when I do shows and stuff, I'll have stuff down there to store. Then the other thing that worked out really well, and I'm so glad that it did, because sometimes hanging stuff on walls just isn't my forte, is this. Ta-da! I saw this at IKEA and I was like, I think that's perfect to go right by the sink, because when I wash brushes, I can put them in here to dry. I could store brushes here if I wanted. I could store sponges and toothbrushes that I use for painting, whatever, you know, supplies like that. And then it has a toilet paper or a paper towel holder thing, which is perfect for right by the sink. So I just installed that, which was a blast, and it went very smoothly. And also put this little remote for the heat and AC on the wall, so that's there. That's kind of, I mean, guys, like, I'm moving in. It's like kind of surreal. And obviously the biggest next step for me is just looking through all my supplies that's in the garage now and just deciding what I keep, what I give away, what I throw away, what is gonna go in this room, because this room is temperature controlled, and what can go in some of the storage that we have in the garage, things like mixed media stuff, maybe paper, stuff that doesn't need to be temperature controlled. And then, yeah, that's kind of it. So it'll be a task because I have a lot of stuff. But now that I know what my storage space looks like, I think it'll really come together here a little quicker than I was thinking. Yeah, oh, I forgot to show you, we now have toilet paper in the bathroom, so we can use it. And soap, isn't that nice? We still need to, I want to put a mirror and some storage in here, but I still need to figure that out. Still need to paint those things up on the ceiling. So things like that. But this room is done. It's done, guys. So we're just moving in. The other room hasn't had any progress. We still need to paint walls. We need to level the floor. We need to do tile. We need to put in a track light. Still not a lot of stuff, but just more some more time-consuming things. Framing the window sills in again. So yep, there you go. I'll keep you updated. Hey guys, much needed update for you today. It is April 19th of 2022, and I want to just kind of show you with some of the little things I've been doing. First off, we have an actual date that we're going to be doing the tiling floor in the east side of the studio. So that'll be April 30th, I think. So in a few weekends. But I wanted to give you sort of a little peek into some of the little things I've been doing to just sort of finish off this space, because I really do want to do a show, open studio style, to kind of show off the new space. So bathroom, I've actually been able to, well, it's completely usable as we already know, but I've been able to find some things to finish it off. So a little trash can, I've got some towels that are ready here. I've got the little stand for toilet paper. I just yesterday spray painted this thing that my dad found. It's actually an IKEA like bathroom vanity type thing, but it's this blue color, which honestly goes with the bathroom, but it by itself on the outside was just a little too dark. It comes with little shelves and stuff just to put some things in there for people when they use the bathroom. But I spray painted the outside white yesterday because I think that's just gonna go well, I think, above the sink here better than if it was that sort of turquoise blue. So I'm excited about that. Got a plunger. Can't forget that. That's important. I still need to paint some things like that on the ceiling, which is just to some extra electrical wires, needs to be painted white. And then as I've been using the sink, and as my son's been using the sink, I am a little afraid of this like backdrop here that's just the wall and the paint. I almost want to get like, I wonder if they sell just like a plastic piece that I could just like attach there so that it kind of protects the wall from splatter and water and stuff like that, because that's just going to ripple and stuff over time. So some little things I'm just trying to improve upon. I do have a few, you can see down there, some options for hanging towels. So I'm still deciding on which ones to use, and I'll spray paint those white as well. But the bathroom is like coming together. It's exciting. Then panning over here, got a microwave. Da-da-da. I don't know if that's where it's gonna go, but that's where it is now. But I cleaned up a little bit in here yesterday because I had kind of a mess from organizing recently. But it's looking good. I'm liking how it's coming together. All my cards are there, and this is the filming corner. I'm about to film a new YouTube video, which would be the first in this location. But this is kind of, oh yeah, I attached, I don't know if I mentioned, it's actually one from IKEA that I had in our old house, and my old curtains from the old house, just to give us an option for like backdrops. Let me transition to the garage, where it is still very much a mess. We recently updated vehicles, so we had to rearrange things to fit the nice minivan in here. But I have things on both sides of the minivan that are still things that need to be sort of sorted and thrown away or reorganized. A lot of it's canvases or frames or easels or water containers, or mostly frames, honestly, or stuff that I use for like shows. Like there's my big 10 by 10 tent and my like hanging stuff. So it's all stuff I'm gonna need to, use eventually. This actually is all emptied because that can be thrown away, because I recently put all my mixed media stuff in this beautiful cabinet here. And then this is the other side of the studio, which has become my sewing station. And that is because I have made, guys, this cushion for my bay window out here, which I'm really thrilled with. I'm happy with how it turned out for the most part. But it was a pain in the butt, let me tell you. I have some sewing experience, so I knew kind of what I was doing and getting myself into, and I did some research and watched some videos and stuff, but man, it was hard to do. And I knew I wanted to use these blankets, these Mexican blankets, but as soon as you cut them, because they're like a knit fabric, they like instantly fray. And so I was like, oh no, how do I? So my first attempt was, it was still, even after binding the edge and sewing it together and putting more fabric, it was still like falling apart. And so I had to ask my mom to like give me some advice, and she told me to get basically sticky, what do you call that? Sticky interfacing, basically, to help keep it together. But it's one solid piece. Hand sewed the edges just yesterday on the front here, once I got the cushion in, which was a funny sight, seeing me get the cushion in there. I did put a zipper on the back just in case like it gets really gross and I need to wash it. But honestly, I don't know if I'm ever gonna take it off the cushion, because it's just so hard. So anyway, it was worth it. I'm happy with it. It's exactly what I wanted, but it was hard. See the look here, sort of a southwestern flair for this. I do have some pillows I'm gonna probably add to this too eventually. Windowsills here, which are nicely done with this wood overhang, need to be stained. So I did buy a stain that looks like this, and I'm hoping is like the color of the wall. It looks like it, doesn't it? I think we'll be fine. I can always mix it with the stain that we used on the countertop in the workshop, but oh, and because of tax season that has come around, we know exactly how much we spent in 2021 on this space, because most of it happened within all of it last year. And I'm not going to say numbers now. I almost like don't want to say them ever, but I'll probably do a video on like the cost of things and how much it all cost us in the end and stuff like that. But man, it was kind of an eye-opener as to how much we put into this space to make it what we wanted it to be. So super thankful that we had the funds coming in at the right times to be able to pay for that. We're still working on kind of paying ourselves back for the heating and cooling system in both rooms, because that was quite hefty. And so that was kind of the last big thing. I'm looking forward to using these spaces. It's kind of still been a little bit surreal because I'm not really out here yet working on stuff. But I will keep you updated on the floor and how that other room comes together, and then probably be done with these videos because the studio will be mostly finished. It'll just be, you know, studio tour and stuff like that I might do in the future. But thanks guys for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe this video and share it with someone who would be interested, and we'll see you next time. Bye.